Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little rundown of my weekend or short weekend that I spent in Battersea Park for my second 10k run of the year. If you're new here, I decided in 2024 I would set myself a running challenge. So I'm going to be running a 10k run every single month over the course of 2024 and doing it in new places, so I get to have the best of both worlds of doing some exercise for a challenge and also seeing new places across the UK. So in January I did the Stockport 10k, and in February I travelled down to Battersea Park. And 3 trains, 1 tram and a few tube stations later, followed by a short walk, we arrived in London the day before the race. We arrived in the city centre for around 10:30, so we had a whole day for sightseeing, and we managed to pick out a lot of really good spots to go and see around the city centre. Some of the usual spots like Big Ben and Tower Bridge and the Houses of Parliament, followed by some slightly maybe obscure sightseeing spots like the Leadenhall Market and the BT Tower. All in all, we travelled from top to toe of London city centre, picking out some of the best points along the way to go to. One of my favourite spots was definitely Leadenhall Market because it just had pure Harry Potter vibes, but probably my highlight of the trip was the outer net screens, which displayed these beautiful imagery of, we had butterflies the time of our visit, but it was just really graphic and really just nice to be immersed in that kind of environment. All in all, I think we travelled around 30,000 steps on the day, which probably wasn't a good idea in retrospect, thinking about my race the morning after. However, my feet were absolutely fine in the morning. One thing my mum and I were really impressed with was the underground system, because we were tapping in and tapping out with our cards all day. I think we must have got on and off the underground tubes over possibly 20 times, and we were both wondering how much it was going to cost, but I think it cost us about £15 for both days that we used the public transport in London, which was really, really good. In the evening time, we headed over to Battersea Power Station, which was an old mill that's now been converted into a shopping centre, and it is possibly one of my new favourite places. I don't want to shop anywhere else other than in this place because it was absolutely amazing. We also headed to Gordon Ramsay's bottomless pizza place, which was also top notch for food. I couldn't recommend it enough. And overall, we just had a really nice evening, other than getting lost on the way back to our hotels because both of our phones died. But essentially, with the help of the underground staff, we got there in the end, and we just had a chilled evening before waking up bright and early for the race in the morning. picking up my lucky number and getting myself ready and warmed up, I headed over to the start.
Trying to get it where it's not going to be.
There was 2 races going on the day, so a 5k and a 10k.
Yeah.
So we were able to see the start of the 5k race. So in Battersea Park there was a 1 circular loop which had to be completed 4 times or twice for the 5k. Yeah. Wow, yeah. Smashing it, man. So they've literally, what time is it? So they've literally been sat off for 11 minutes and they've already done the first laps. Right, I'll see you in a bit.
Make sure that you keep yourself nicely tucked in. Have a great race,
laps or so, keep going. Last big drive, well done.
Great job, well done.
Thank you very much. 4 laps later and we have another medal in the bag. I won't lie, I did find this course difficult, and I don't know if it was just the psychology behind having to do multiple laps, which was mentally draining. Though I did find the 4 laps challenging, I have been playing around with managing my energy levels whilst I run. So during this event, when I knew that there was 1 lap left, I tried to push a little bit harder. So I kind of mentally told myself to push 10% more than what I had been previously. And then on the last stretch section towards the finish line, I think it was around 200 meters, that's when I gave it my all from the end. We got some nice little goodie bags and a nice big bottle of water for the rest of the day, and then we just made our way back to the hotel before grabbing some absolutely delightful food from a place called Market Street, which is like an indoor bougie little canteen. And me and mum got these duck wraps with a side of some fries, which were absolutely stunning. I cannot recommend them enough. And the whole vibe of this place was just really nice, and it was really quiet as well. I think this was outside of Vauxhall Station, if I remember rightly. And after our bellies and hearts were full of some absolutely beautiful food and drink, we made our way back to the station where our train was actually cancelled, but we ended up catching an earlier one, which was great because we had to get back to Manchester for the evening. And I managed to check my results on the train, which I will share on the next slide. I was really happy and quite shocked actually to see how much time I managed to shave off between just 1 month of my training essentially. So previously my Stockport 10k was 1 hour 11:16, and I managed to get a chip time of 1 hour 4 minutes and 51 seconds. So around 6 minutes to shave off my time, which was absolutely crazy, and I'm so happy with. Although I'm not necessarily chasing a PB, it was such a nice feeling to be able to get it within these initial events that I'm taking part in. So that was my weekend in a nutshell. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in March.